Hey, family. This tax season, I have already seen so many taxpayers that are not only surprised by lower refunds, but also those that aren't getting a refund at all. They actually owe the IRS for the first time. And because of that, they don't know exactly how they should make that payment to the IRS or the best way to make a payment. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate and yes, hate is a strong word, but I hate to pay more on any bill than I necessarily have to. Okay. So if you're not familiar, the IRS, whenever you make a payment with a card, they pass those merchant fees along to you, the taxpayer. So in order to be able to make a payment to the IRS and avoid fees, you can use your bank account, which is what I'm going to cover in this video. How to make a payment online to the IRS using your bank account. So, if you're new here, my name is Timalyn Bowens, and I am America's favorite EA. As an enrolled agent, I'm licensed through the Internal Revenue Service to represent taxpayers in their back tax negotiation and also step into their shoes to handle audit representation. I'm also the owner of Bowens Tax Solutions, which is a virtual firm based in Louisville, Kentucky, and we specialize in the things that I just mentioned before, stepping into taxpayers' shoes to handle their IRS problems. So in this video, it's going to be short and sweet this time. You're going to want to go to irs.gov. Okay. So once you're on the IRS website, you want to go here to make a payment. Now, you could also put in www.irs.gov, sorry, /payments, but I wanted to start from Google and the home page just in case you forget that /payments so you know how to get there. Now, with these options, you see they will accept full and partial payments. It's not very often that the IRS won't take your money, right? But also, there is what we have direct pay, and then you can pay with a debit card, credit card, or digital wallet like PayPal. Just be aware that they will charge a fee. So we're going to go here to pay now with direct pay. And if you are the type of person that likes to do things through an app, you can also download the IRS app to make this payment and to track your payments as well. It is IRS dot, or I'm sorry, not IRS dot, it's IRS to go app, and you'll have the same information on your phone. Okay. So with this, let's look at the different payments that you can actually make. All right. This is for federal taxes for Form 1040. Also, if you're making estimated tax payments, which I cover in another video, but also on my podcast, Tax Relief with Timalyn Bowens, I talk about how to figure your estimated tax payments as well as pay them. So we're going to click on Make a Payment. And when we get here, before you can make a payment, you have to select the reason for the payment. So once you click this drop down, you see there are a long list of different things you could be paying for. If you already have a payment plan or installment agreement set up with the IRS because you have back taxes due and you cannot make the payment in full, you would click here to choose to pay towards that installment agreement. All right. If you have a balance due, you are paying it in full. We select this one, an extension, the payment that you file or that you pay when you file your extension, and then estimated tax payments here. I'm not going to go through the whole list of what these other things are, but if you want more information, I did write a blog on the same topic that you can check out on americasfavoriteea.com. I'm actually going to pull that up here in a little bit. So let's say your reason today is balance due. Okay. So it's going to ask you here, what do you want to apply the payment to? Is it your income tax for Form 1040, which this could also be a 1040 SR for seniors. It could be a 1040 NR for non-residents. So anything within the 1040 series, this is going to cover. If it is for healthcare, like a penalty for that, we're going to also or not also, but we'll click this healthcare part, retirement plans. So let's say that you had an early withdrawal, you owe a penalty. We're gonna look at this, and then taxpayer accounts. So like if you have something like an HSA where you have a penalty, we click there. So in this example, let's do income tax. We're filing 2022. So let's say we're gonna click that, hit continue. IRS is gonna ask you to please confirm you've chosen to make a balance due payment for your income tax form 1040 for tax year 2022. Is this correct? So we're gonna say yes. Now, we don't want to make a payment towards anybody else's tax account, so the IRS is going to have you verify your identity. And they're going to do this using your tax information from another year. So you can look at your last filed tax return, which I highly recommend that you keep digital copies of these tax returns. That way it's easier for you to track them and you don't lose them. If you want to know how long you should keep them or other tax records, I did cover that in an episode on tax relief with Timalyn Bowens. How long should you keep your tax documents? So for this example, we're using 2021. So we need to use the filing status for 2021. So if you were married filing joint, we're going to have that selected. We're going to put in your name. So first name, Bob, last name, Evans, confirm. Bob's last name is Evans, and yes, it is Bob, not Robert. Now, usually to get to the next part, you do have to have a valid social security number. I don't know you all, but you know me, right? Because you're part of the family. If you want to get to know me better, follow me on social media, um, comment on different stuff I got going on here on YouTube so we can get to know each other better. But for right now, since I don't know you all like that, I'm not going to use my actual social. This is not my real birthday. It's close to it. It's not my real birthday. If you know my real birthday, put it down in the comment. 1,000 bonus points for you if you know it. So, street address, let's use 101 North 7th Street, Louisville, Kentucky, and that is where I'm at. Not my actual address. That is the office in case you want to send me any goodies because you just love my videos. I have to accept the Privacy Act and Paperwork Reduction Act, which is confirming that you understand all this is going to be online. This is private information. You're not supposed to be doing this on behalf of anyone else unless you are their tax power of attorney. So, like what I am for a lot of my clients, all of the ones I do rep work, but not all the tax prep clients. So, I would be able to do this on someone's behalf. Okay. Just make sure if you don't have that proper paperwork, which is the 2848, that you're not doing this for anybody else. So we're going to hit continue. Notice on here we have two errors that have occurred. So they want a valid social security number, which, like I said, I'm not going to put that in here because I don't know you all like that. And they want the social security numbers to match. I did not realize that I didn't make these match. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually flip to the blog post that I wrote so I can still walk you through steps 3, 4, and 5. So let's see here. This is the blog post on the page that I mentioned before, just in case you like to read better than watching these videos. You learn better that way. You will go to americasfavoritea.com. So after we have confirmed everything, we have confirmed the tax information. Step 3, you are going to select the date that you want this payment to take place. And you're also going to put in the payment amount. Okay. If you're paying in full, that's awesome. But if you don't have the ability to pay in full, still make a payment of what you can. Okay. Because penalties and interest accrue on the current balance. So instead of waiting until you can make one lump sum payment, go ahead and pay towards that so you don't have unnecessary penalties and interest accruing. All right. So payment amount, confirm it, got the date here. Then you're going to enter in your banking information. This is step 3. So once you have that in, it's going to be very similar to what we've seen before. It's going to ask you to confirm that. And it's also going to request an email address from you. Now, with all the scamming and scheming that's going on online, I want you to know that the IRS direct pay will not email you unless you have requested an email from using this service. Anything else that says irs.gov and is asking you to click on a link to put in information, do not click on it. These are called phishing schemes, and the person can get into your computer and get your information. Or if you give your bank account information to another person that may be sending this out, they can come in and clean out your bank account. That is not the IRS. The IRS will only email you with direct pay if you have made a payment using this system. Okay? Now, direct pay is only available for a certain amount of time. The website will let you know before making a payment if the payment site is down. So you can make a payment Monday through Saturday from midnight to 11:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then also Sunday from 7 a.m. to 11:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you can only make two payments within a 24-hour time frame, and payments must be less than $10 million. Don't laugh, don't fall out of your chair. Yes, there are people that owe the IRS millions of dollars. Hopefully, that's not you. If it is, I'd like to invite you to go to my website, bowenstaxsolutions.com, and book a free tax relief evaluation call with me so we can see if we're a good fit to work with each other and get the back taxes behind you. Now, if you have any questions, any at all, about how to make a payment to the IRS using your bank account, please leave them down below in the comments because I want to help you get that taken care of because back taxes should not ruin your life.